Welcome to the Dr. Sophia Rothschild show. And we'll briefly talk about a thing called what is the biblical economic system like? Well, first of all, there's some things that jump out at you. Number one, if you can recall, when the Israelites entered the promised land, the land was divided up between all the 12 tribes, and within these 12 tribes, each family was given a plot of land. So, in essence, under the biblical economic system, nobody was landless. Everybody had a plot of land. Okay, so people were empowered. They feel a sense of self-sufficiency of their lands. They didn't create a welfare state. What they did, they created a society that was self-sufficient and the people could survive. So one of the first thing they did was they divided the land into 12 tribes, and then each tribe, each family get a plot of land, and the land, and each member of the family had land also. So nobody was landless. Two, there is a tithing system, which is basically a 10% flat system tax. There is no write-off. There is no other nonsense. It's a 10% flat tax. If you made $10,000, you pay 1,000. If you made $1,000,000, you pay 100,000. If you made $10 million, you pay a million. There's 10% of what you own, of what you worked for, and there's no write-off or gimmicks and all that nonsense. It's simple, flat, 10% of what you owe, and that's it. No write-off, no gimmicks, no nonsense. A lot of people, so they claim to support the flat tax system, but basically they just want to just avoid making any contribution to society. That's not the biblical economic system. In the biblical economic system, a person was given the land or the ability to gain access to land or dwelling to own, and two, a 10% flat tax or a tithing system and there was no write-off or any other gimmick. It's simple, flat, 10% tax across the board on your income, gross income. Thirdly, you will also know that every 7 years, all debts are canceled for the countrymen. Why? Because they do not want to create a society in which money changers and financiers control the means of production. They do not want to. They do not want to create a society where people are permanently, or people can become trapped in debt and trapped in poverty. So every 7 years, all debts are canceled, and so people can then start anew and never be burdened by financiers and debt collectors and all that nonsense. So everybody given a plot of land to own or access to build on their own land. Two, um, every 7 years, all debts are canceled, so people never become totally dependent or be exposed to a system of debt enslavement and people taking your land and your property because you can't pay the debt. So 7 years old, debts are canceled. So the nation is never at the mercy of the debtor, of debt collectors and financiers. So 7 years that are canceled. And why else that one? Because in the Bible, they want society to be based on producers and people that work and not people that just, you know, um, collect money and, live with others. So they want a nation of producers. So every 7 years, that's canceled. Thirdly, also to that they have a system in which a that 10% flat tax or 10% tithing system, in which you pay a flat rate across the board, There is no write-off. There is no gimmick. There's no none of that nonsense. Simple. There is across the board. And also, too, people have access to healing and access to education. So people are empowered to be self-sufficient, self-reliant. Yeah, you didn't need no welfare state, no homeless programs to siphon off billions of dollars by these scammers and government, scam artists. And there are much more to it. You can read my upcoming book, Morals, Culture, and Education, for the fundamental foundations of a moral society, which will be out within a year. Thank you so much for joining me, and you have a good day.